Hello and welcome. I do not like making outrage videos. I want to preface with that. And I also want to preface with, I really like Pokemon. All right. In the last few years, I haven't picked up every single game. I've been playing it for almost 30 years. Pokemon Day is coming up. And I have played I've played every single main series game, all the way up until the most recent one, which is ZA. I am not going to play that because they're asking too much for it and they're selling DLC with it, right? But you know, things are getting bad with Pokemon. People have been saying this for a few years now, but things are getting bad, right? And I want to talk about that. So I am 34 years old, and again, I haven't collected Pokemon cards in quite some time, so I don't pay attention to those things. Sometimes I'll pick up a pack with my daughter and we'll open them together. My daughter's 14. She also enjoys Pokemon. We're a Pokemon family, right? We celebrate Pokemon Day together and all this other stuff. But today I went to Walmart, okay? I went to Walmart to pick up supplies for work because it's Friday and it is the middle of a work day. And while I was picking up supplies, I was walking by where, you know, they have general goods, you know, Pokemon cards, baseball cards, like I like the Monster, coffee drinks. They have the drinks there, all this different stuff. And then they have self-checkout. And I went to go get a coffee drink. And I noticed something. I noticed that it's roped off right there, where I can't get my drink. By the way, I did. I'll tell you about that in a second. But it's roped off. You can't see my hands. I talk with my hands, so it's roped off. And there was no less than 15 grown adults, right? There was one child that was not participating in what I'm about to talk about, okay? There's one probably 5-year-old child. And they're all, I'm like, what the heck's going on? And I look and I notice that a guy's stocking Pokemon cards. And I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. This is a release of Pokemon set. And I knew what was going to happen. And I am like, I'm going to watch this. This is going to be a spectacle and I'm going to watch it, right? And all 15 of these grown adults, as soon as by the way, here's my coffee drink story. So I see them standing there, and I'm a very polite person. I will go out of my way to be polite. So I walk down to the other end of the store where they have another drink section, and I'm looking. They didn't have the drink that I wanted. So the only place that they had it was roped off. So I mosey back down there, and whenever I can't get what I want because of somebody else and because of certain situations, I will make it where I can get it, right? So I duck under the ropes and I grab my drink and I turn around and I see all of them staring at me. I'm like, I'm just getting my drink. Get back, right? And it took me all of 2 seconds, so nobody was going to stop me or whatever. But I kind of stand there. I'm getting ready to check out and everything. And by the time I check out, I notice that the rope has dropped. So I go back around and I'm watching this. And they wiped it clean. There was nothing. There was like a couple plushies there and, you know, stuff like that, but no Pokemon cards. Zero Pokemon cards. And all 15 of these people, again, the youngest one I know, and he's probably 27 years old. All the other ones are mid-30s to 40s, except for one guy who was probably 60. Everybody else was literally either mid-30s or 40. Wiped out all the Pokemon cards. That right there is what's going to ruin Pokemon. This whole generation, the last 10 years or so of people opening packs online. I'm going to get famous on whatnot, and I'm going to open packs and I'm going to sell them on eBay, and I'm going to scout these cards on eBay and all this other stuff. I'm going to go to the shows and sell a bunch of cards for money and all this other stuff. That's going to ruin Pokemon. Because what's going to keep Pokemon going in the next 10 years is not these people. It's not the scalpers. It's not the people on YouTube. It's not them. It's the kids. The kids are they're going to be the ones that's keeping it going, because the reason why it's going so strong right now is because all the 5 to 16-year-old kids from the 90s are now grown adults, and we're buying all the cards because we like them, because we have nostalgia for it. But by the time my daughter is 24, There's not going to be that nostalgia. She doesn't have nostalgia for opening packs. She has a nostalgia for playing the games, but she's not going to have nostalgia for opening packs and going to midnight launches for Pokemon and all this other stuff. She's not going to have that because that's not a thing. She can't go to the store and just randomly open a pack like I could whenever I was a kid. I remember being so excited as a kid and getting one pack of cards and be like, oh yeah, this is awesome. She doesn't have that experience. Kids nowadays don't have that experience. The closest thing that she has to that experience is Yu-Gi-Oh right now, because nobody's buying Yu-Gi-Oh, or MetaZoo. If you don't know what MetaZoo is, it's because it's not popular. MetaZoo is a card game where it's based around cool freaking like cryptos. Like cryptids, sorry. Wrong thing. But anyway, so she has fun opening stuff like that because she can't get Pokemon cards. It just is what it is. You can't get them. And that's what's going to kill Pokemon in the long run. Because the anime is not as big as it used to be. Because Ash isn't a thing. People had nostalgia for that. All this different stuff. But even without him, the anime is not as big of a thing. Because there's so many different platforms to watch an anime. Like watch different anime on. So people aren't watching Pokemon like they were. The games are going to die because they're making it all microtransactions. And the card game's going to die because kids can't get the card game. Can't get the card. It's so bad that Pokemon had to make a whole game based on the card game called Pokemon TCG Pocket. Because kids can't get it. Kids can't get the cards. So that's a kind of last ditch effort to get kids into the card game, to get the nostalgia so they'll become scalpers. But that's not going to happen. I know for a fact that that's not going to happen. You know why I know that? Because Juliet doesn't like that game. It's not the same. They have been trying to make TCG cards online for years, and it's just not the same as opening a fresh pack of cards, looking through them, adding some to your decks, and playing the card game. It's just not the same. It's just not, never will be, never can be, and it's going to kill Pokemon. It's the same thing, like if you look at Magic the Gathering, the hardcore fans who actually play the game aren't playing the game anymore because they're not playing and buying cards unless it's like something special to them or something like that. But they're not buying the cards. They're playing proxy, which is where they literally print out the cards. They don't play the competition or anything. They're just playing at home with their friends. They're printing out the cards to play the game. And that's what's going to happen with Pokemon. I've already started thinking about it. Oh, I'm just playing at home. I'm just going to print out the cards so I can play with Juliet. I'm not going to try to sell them or do anything with it. But if I really want to play a deck and play this card game, I'll just print out the cards. I can't afford it. I can't afford to, waste time going to Walmart on pre-release and buying these, collector's editions and all this other stuff because there's no single packs. Generally speaking, if they have something, which they never do anymore, if they do, it's like this, 10 or something like that. That's like $20 or something. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm not doing this for a little hobby. I'm just not. So, yeah, that's the state of Pokemon. I haven't collected Pokemon cards in literally years at this point, which makes me sad because I used to love them. I remember as a kid, I would collect cards with my best friend and we would just look at them like family photo albums. And can't do that. And so I haven't collected in years. Julia, I gave her my whole entire collection and she wants to add on to it, but she can't because stuff like this. So it's sad out there, guys. If you want nostalgia, if you want to play cards with your kids and have a good time with your kids, it's nigh impossible. You can get the little TCG starter set or whatever. I don't really even recommend that because then the kids they're going to want to play more cards. They're going to want to add cards to their decks. They're going to want to do different things with them, and you can't get cards, so there's no point. It's kind of like getting somebody into freaking, I don't know, trying to get somebody into gambling or something. It's like there's no point. You're setting them up for destruction. So I don't know. If you if you do participate in Pokemon Day, because I do recommend that. And by the way, what we normally do is we get a plush or a figure, which it's hard to do that anymore either. We make Brock's No Chew Stew and we watch an anime. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to buy a plush. You don't have to buy a figure. Just make Brock's no juice stew, make some puffins or something like that. Make something from the anime. Make some onigiri. Make these different things. You don't have to buy any figures, cards, anything like that. And then just watch anime. Watch the press conference that they do on Pokemon Day. Maybe they'll come up with something cool. I've heard rumors about Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red coming onto the Switch, which is awesome. I would love to play that with Juliet, depending on the price. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to buy anything. If you already have the games, play the games. If you have Netflix, watch the show. If you have the DVDs, watch the DVDs. Enjoy yourself. I think that Pokemon has a whole YouTube channel where you can watch the old anime and stuff. So enjoy that. If you want that nostalgia, if you want to enjoy Pokemon Day, I mean, they're turning 30. It's a big year. Okay. So I hope you enjoy. Have a good Pokemon Day. It's coming up. It's 27th. And have a good rest of your Friday. Ta-ta for now.